Okay. So we know how to work through action sentences now. Full
Uh-huh.
action sentences. We know how to work through full is sentences now.
Uh-huh.
Right? But all the drills we've done, the sentence has been in a nice little drill box for you and we worked through it, right? But when you open up the Mus'haf, right, it's just strings and strings of words, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, with classical Arabic, they don't use punctuation,
Oh boy.
right?
Uh.
So it's really important for us to be able to know not just how to analyze a sentence, but also to know when a sentence starts and ends.
Okay.
Okay? So it's not that hard. I have 3 easy tips for you. And these work basically all the time,
Okay.
right? So 3 easy tips for learning how to figure out where a sentence starts and ends.
Okay.
Okay, so the first tip is these Mus'haf signs. Do these look familiar to you? These little meme, qaf, sla, these little letters?
Yeah, that's when like you can stop. Right?
Yeah, right? So you see these markings in a Mus'haf, right? And they tell you when you can stop, right?
Mm-hmm.
So logically, if it's telling you that you can stop, likelihood is that it's going to be a full sentence, right? Because they're not going to tell you that you can stop in the middle of a sentence.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Right? So these little tajweed stop signs are actually kind of as close as you'll get to punctuation in classical Arabic.
Okay.
Right? So anytime you see one of these, means that you have a new sentence.
Okay.
Right? So this is a really easy way to find new sentences. So example, right? Here we have قَالُوا اتَّخَذَ اللَّهُ وَلَدًا. We have our sign, and then here we have a break, right? God has
Okay.
taken a son. That's a full sentence. Subhanah, we have a break. He is above that. We have a break, right? So you see how these symbols at the top end up corresponding with our sentence breaks.
Mm.
And I don't want you to confuse terminology here. We don't mean not the kind of breaks that we've been looking at. Breaks between sentences,
Okay.
right? Meaning a new sentence,
All
right?
right.
The start of a new sentence. So that's an easy tip, right?
Okay.
If you see one of these symbols in the Mus'haf, means you have a new sentence.
All right. Okay, that's easy.
And that's easy enough,
Okay.
right? Okay. Thing is, so when you see one of these, it means there's a new sentence, but you won't find these in between every single new sentence.
Okay, so it's not. So when we find one, then we know for sure it's a new sentence.
Uh-huh.
But just because we don't find one doesn't mean there isn't a new sentence.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right? And that's where our other tips come in.
Okay.
So our tip number 2 was wow. We saw wow before, didn't we?
Yeah.
And what was wow?
A connector.
It was a connector, right? So what's wow doing on our list here?
Oh no.
So just remember this one easy little mantra. Wow either makes or breaks.
wow either makes or breaks. What is-
Meaning it either connects, right? Like we saw wow is a connector.
Okay.
Or it indicates the start of a new sentence.
Well, how do we know when it's doing what?
How do
'Cause
we know?
It looks exactly the same. It's still wow with that.
It looks exactly the same. It's still wow. What you're actually going to be looking at is on either side of the wow. So if on either side of the wow you have 2 similar things, it means it's connecting, right? So if I say Musa and Harun and Isa and Yahya, right, it would be connecting,
Okay.
right? Because we're just connecting a bunch of similar things, right?
What do you mean by similar? Like all prophets?
So grammatically similar. So a bunch of nouns or a bunch of actions, right?
Okay.
If it's connecting to different things, that's when it breaks, right? So let's look
Okay.
at an example here. هو يحيي ويميت وإليه ترجعون. So on either side of the wow, we have on one side we have yumitu, right, which is an action. It means to cause to die.
Okay.
And then you can tell me what ilayhi is.
That's a TLDR.
That's a TLDR. Is an action and a TLDR, are those grammatically similar things?
No.
No, they're different, right? They're different, right? So here, the wow is coming in between 2 different things, right? And when it comes in between 2 different things, what does it do? Make or break?
It breaks.
It breaks, right? It breaks. Whereas if we were to have عليكم وعلينا,
Oh, those are both TLDR.
right? They're on either side of the wow, we have a TLDR, right? So those are grammatically 2 like things or 2 different things?
2 like things.
2 like things, right? 2 like things. So in this case, would it be connecting or breaking?
Connecting.
Right, it would be connecting, right? So what was our principle? Wow either
Makes or breaks.
makes or breaks. When does it break?
When Will you look on either side of the wow? If there are two unlike things, it breaks.
Uh-huh.
If there are two like things, it makes.
It makes. Exactly. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
And like things, we mean like grammatically.
Yes. Like grammatically. Good.
Okay.
Right? So here we have huwa yuhyi wa yumeet. He gives life and death. And then we have a break. And you will be returned to him. Right? They're two independent sentences.
Okay.
Right? Because we have a wow in between connecting two different things.
Okay.
Clear on number 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Last one is qala. Qala means, I'll give you a definition since it hasn't appeared in your vocab yet. Qala means to say.
Okay.
Right? To say. And when you have the action to say, what are you usually going to end up with? Like I said something. You're going to end up with a quote. Right? So
can you elaborate on that?
So, for example, you'd say, I said, get me the keys.
Okay.
Right? So, get me the keys is a quote.
Okay.
Right? So, why does qala end up making a break or a new sentence? Is because when you say a quote, or when you have a quote, usually within the quotes, you're going to end up with a full sentence. Right?
Okay.
So, is that making sense?
Can I get another example?
Well, let's look at this example here. وَقَالَ اللَّهُ إِنِّي مَعَكُمْ. Okay, so we have a qala here, which means to say. And then Allah, the word Allah is the doer. So this is Allah said. And then what did he say? Right? That's going to be in quotations.
Okay.
So this whole thing, inni ma'akum, is the quote. Right? And within the quote we have a full sentence. Certainly I am with you. That's a full is sentence.
Okay. All right. So, okay. Qala is gonna... there is going to be a new sentence after it because qala starts a quote.
Right, because it means to say, so it starts a quote.
And a quote is going to be its own independent sentence.
Yeah, within a quote, right, you usually have a full sentence.
Okay.
Right, so qala is a good indicator that there's another full sentence coming up.
But in this example, وَقَالَ اللَّهُ إِنِّي مَعَكُمْ, like the quote didn't start right after qala. We still had a doer.
Yeah.
So how do we know when the quote starts?
So once you've found your qala, right, and you found your doer for it, then the quote starts.
Okay.
Right, so you have your qala, then your doer, and then your quote.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yeah.
So our 3 hints were, what was our first one?
The markings.
Markings, right? The markings on the mushaf, right? And then the second was?
Wow makes or breaks.
Wow makes or breaks. When does it make? When does it break?
It makes when there are two like things, and we mean like grammatically, on either side of the wow. And it breaks when there are two unlike things on either side of the wow.
Good. And number 3 was?
Qala.
Qala, because qala starts?
A quote.
Quote, and a quote is always going to be a?
New sentence.
Yeah, a full sentence. All clear?
Yeah.